age. In this PowerPoint, I'll be talking about what happens to the body as age increases. Endocrine. What happens with age? Hormones will decrease with age. These would be estrogen within women, testosterone within men, and growth hormones and melatonin will also decrease. Hormone receptors decrease with sensitivity, which means that they are less effective. What are the effects of this? Decreases in growth hormones means a decrease in muscle strength and mass. Decrease in melatonin means less sleep, and a decrease in estrogen means the menopause is starting to begin. With the melatonin decreasing, this is seen as you get older, you tend to get more tired, and this will be because of a decrease in melatonin. What can be done about this? Hormone replacement therapy can be done. It is beneficial to older people with a decrease in function. Estrogen, this would be used on women during the menopause, but it may be harmful, so it isn't done as much, and men can get testosterone hormone replacement as well. Sports and exercise, this can lead into a decrease in confidence, as you're likely to put on more weight, which can cause self-confidence issues, and you can have a decrease in energy due to the lack of melatonin, which makes you more sleepy. Skeletal, what happens with age? Bone density will decrease, which can lead on to osteoporosis. The cartilage thins in joints, which decreases the resistance and increases in damage. This could lead on to osteoarthritis, which is where the joint stiffens. What are the effects? Bone density, it becomes more vulnerable to breaks as your bones are more fragile. What can be done about this? You can consume more calcium into diet to strengthen bones, or you can have surgery put into cartilage, or you can have surgery to put cartilage into the joint where there is a lack of it. Sports and exercise, when the cartilage thins, the joint becomes stiff. So swimming allows the joint to not be under stress, which allows more synovial fluid to be produced, which will help aid the joint. Ledley King, who is a professional football player, suffered from osteoarthritis in the last 3 years of his football career. This meant that he only trained on the Friday before a match and played on the Saturday. Some of his training consisted of being in a swimming pool, just how bad it was. Muscular, what happens with age? At around about 45, muscle mass starts to decrease. After 70, men lose 4.7% and women lose 3.7% of muscular mass. At least 50% of age-related muscle change is due to a disease. Older people tend to have a lower intake of protein, and there is a decrease in mobility due to less muscle. What are the effects of this? Muscle and tendons take longer to repair. This will be due to less protein intake from older people, and there's a decrease in mobility, which means you will have less independence. So as you get older people tend to have carers, so this is because of this. What can be done? You can consume more protein into the diet, which will strengthen muscles and tendons, and with men, they can have hormone replacement therapy, where they can have more testosterone, which helps build the muscles. Women could also have it, but it's more common in men. Sports and exercise. Exercise more regularly to reduce the chances of getting a muscular disease. Cardiovascular. What happens with age? The heart loses elasticity and increases in stiffness in the arterial system. As you age, blood pressure will increase. The SA node loses some of its cells, which isn't good, as this means you can get an arrhythmia, which means that the heart rate becomes inconsistent. and blood volume will also increase. What are the effects of this? Baroreceptors become less sensitive, and there will be less fluid in the bloodstream, which creates the blood to become thicker than it already is, which allows more heart attacks can occur more often, like they do with old age, and blood flow isn't as quick due to the thickness of it. What can be done? Just by not smoking, having a healthy diet, and increase exercise can help reduce this, and have regular heart checkups just to make sure your heart's in perfect health or some sort of good health. Sports and exercise. This affects aerobic performance as oxygen can't get around the body quick enough. Respiration. What happens with age? The lungs will fully mature at 25. However, at 35, alveoli decreases at shape. The alveoli walls will increase in thickness. This means that diffusion will take longer, as this is an effect of it due to as there is a thicker wall, the diffusion between the gases will take longer, and you will end up having a smaller vital capacity. This means you can't get as much oxygen around the body, as you can't inhale as much. What can be done about this? You can have an increase in exercise and activity, and sports and exercise. You can just have a regular cardio exercise, which just makes sure the lungs are just working properly and will help build them. Thermoregulation, metabolism, and body composition. What happens with age? Fat mass will increase with age. With men, it goes around the stomach mainly, and with women, it goes pretty much everywhere, which is a side effect of being male and female. The sweat glands will weaken. This means that the older people will get hotter easily, and metabolisms will decrease with age, which will link into fat mass increase. What are the effects? As I said, men put on fat around the stomach, women put fat on everywhere. You will overheat easily, and like I said, they will put on more weight. What can be done about this? If there's an increased exercise, fat won't be as excessive as it wouldn't be if you didn't exercise, and just by having a healthy diet will also help this. And sports and exercise, weight and strength training will help to prevent injuries. So yeah.